as no way. Viper Senna, he's bringing it out already.
That didn't take long.
Chronicler mentioned it, you know, when we were talking about the patch notes. Every time they buff her soul rate, she just sneaks in. We haven't quite gotten to, you know, B1 ban territory just yet, but still very powerful and will scale really well with this composition. Gives it a lot of extra oomph too when the Xin Zhao and the Gwen are going through
right now.
시간사의 협곡에 오신 것을 환영합니다.
All right, Genji versus HANWHA. 1 versus 2, and already Keen has found Jane.
Even in the short term, like it does just get easier. We didn't see a barrier trade or anything like that.
Okay, goes for the combo, and now Duro's in a lot of trouble as the root comes down. A couple more autos would do it, but Delight actually the first one to go down. But it's still the kill given over to Viper.
Viper also had the flash there at the end of that ramping turret damage, just was not willing to risk it. I think it was a wise choice, but a lot by the fact that Zeka has maintained consistent prio in mid lane. Alistair just goes down there, and that's a dragon over the side of HANWHA Life.
Also, Keen is somehow losing this lane. I'm not really sure how that's possible. Duro aren't really respecting that either. Because now TP is going to come in, and Keen does get rooted. He is still middly. I'm not sure if they have the damage here. Another stun comes down. And yeah, he doesn't really care. But he does take a lot of damage. Viper getting a bunch of souls.
It's going to be a really tricky fight. That being said, Peanut's on this first.
Oh. Canyon snuck in the little corner there, but then they do spot him. I'm not sure if they're really going to be able to push out Canyon in this case, though, as Peanut is going to go in. They actually turn immediately onto him, but the Impale comes down onto 2. Canyon does live, and so the assassination attempt doesn't really work. Duro trying to get in the front, but now they turn immediately on the Peanut, but it's a trade of junglers, and Genji are not winning this fight. Duro in a really rough spot, and Keen is being chased down. Unfortunately for Zeka, he doesn't have another Spirit Rush. As Ruler, still full health, the engage comes in from Delight as he's trying to take down Ruler for the team, and he might just be not able to do enough here against the Gwen, and the Charm gets it. Zeka ends Genji in this fight.
That's a little bit more common recently, and Chovy was kind of the first person to popularize that, so it makes sense in this scenario. As Canyon maybe has an angle.
And he's just going to have to go for the steal as, it went down to 4 health, and Canyon now is in a really rough spot. Gets the Impale only on a Peanut. Ruler just trying to zone them away, though, and Peanut gets low himself. Big knockup, and now Toby's here doing the damage. Takes out the Ahri, gets the gigantic shutdown, and HANWHA Life just bots this one. Genji called a bluff and immediately turn this fight around, get 4 kills, and now they're in the lead.
All right, well, I guess we just toss it back. And, well, just like that, Choby's going to lead again.
We're going in again. Now he's got Canyon right into the wall, and nothing that Zeus can do. He doesn't even ghost because he knows he's dead. Maybe a cross map here, though, as we have Keen in a lot of trouble. He flashes, but the follow flash comes through, and the tanking is coming in, but the damage is not. Keen lives for so long, and even Zeka can't hit the Q. And that Nidalee, man, so annoying. Keen does not go down.
You'd think HANWHA would know by now. The best top Nidalee in the league on their team, but just such a difficult champion to lock down, has the heals. Now it's still a successful cross map. They push him away, they get his flash, and the Herald gets the turret, but in return, just a cool angle, very clearly well communicated. And now you can watch Keen here. He gets charmed, and then Peanut tries to pick up the turret aggro here, is successful, but he just kind of heals himself and runs around. Then Zeka misses this Q. Nice sidestep from Keen, and that's the end of that. They still get the charge on the turret, they still take it out, but Duro is impressed. There's been symptoms of this for HANWHA, but usually not on like Herald flip fights. It's more about, you know, they get great leads from lane, especially from their soul laners, and then Viper carries later on after they make a few mistakes. Fights, it looks like right now, Keen taking the turret out topside, does have TP. He is Nidalee, of course, so he might not be that interested, but I just don't see them getting anywhere near. This is the vision control I was talking about. You just can't play Ahri if you don't know what you can charm. You can't see who you should charm. How can you play the fight?
Peanut's got to get in somehow. He was in the Shroud, and they're not exactly able to zone him away. I think he can just dash in on that, and yeah, he goes in, but they immediately turn onto Peanut, and it will be the Otacon over to the side of Genji. Now a big sweep on a Zeus, and the damage from the soldiers is gigantic right next to that wall. As Canyon gets away somehow at the end of it all. He does it again.
Wait, Toby
goes down. Toby Penta angle, perhaps. As, they're going to try to block for him. The Quadra comes through, and Chovy comes in and picks up the pentakill!
Another penta! Chovy picks it up. 8 kills now on the Azir. Did you mention with the Sand Soldiers? Great ultimate there as well.
그냥 밀었어.
Pushing the Gwen away from him so he could just maximize the damage. He has the Rylai's we talked about in the fights like this, especially extended ones.
My God.
He's just going to do so much work. Like, this is the Azir dream.
It really is. He has a wall and a Skarner in front of him.
이 있어.
I have E, which means he's gonna dash in.
Oh!
Yep. And he's saying, I got E, I want my penta. And, I mean, Canyon did so much work in that fight as well. The peel from him.
Thank you, my team.
Coach Kim's like, just kill him. Don't force the penta. They forced the penta.
We have more fighting here, which, again, they're focusing the Skarner. This is never going to go well for you. Keen jumping into multiple people, and now Chovy is in a rough spot, actually. He's got a lot of people on top of him, but his team is right there. Canyon getting low. Peanut will go down, but so will Chovy. Maybe an angle, but now Ruler on the back line trying to take down Viper, and he will be able to. Ruler just unchecked in this fight. Picks up a triple in this one. I don't think it's the Quadra. Here comes Zeus trying to go 1v3. And it looks like Gen G will just back away from that one.
He doesn't have Ghost anymore. I don't think Zeus can actually force this any further. Right?
Ruler wants it. Ruler wants it. Oh, he dashes over the wall, and now, now he's going to get multiple kills because he has his miss back.
I don't really know why we egoed for it. Threw things into all disarray. As Gen G are just going to say there's no way they can contest this Baron. They have control vision on it. I mean, they're going to try. Peanut does have Flash, but I just don't know if there's any hope here.
No real reason for Gen G to flip it, so they're going to stop. I feel like they could have continued and maybe try to get the TP and then stop, or at least try to go for a turn.
I think they're going to do that now.
Yeah. But still going to be vision here, and Peanut's closer this time. TP will have to be channeled sometime soon. There it is. They're going to pull off of it, but now HANWHA is in the pit, but they're on the Braum ultimate, and again, Chovy is so safe. They got them in the choke point like it's StarCraft. They're just ripping them to shreds, and Zeus is going to get stunned here on the bottom side. It's a triple. Wait, not again. No way.
Wait, hold on.
No way.
He does not have Flash, but Canyon can hold him in place potentially.
The double penta?
It's gonna
you gotta be kidding me.
He's looking for the slow.
Oh, Canyon takes it away. I think there was just no way he could have
he didn't
gotten it.
He didn't have Flash.
But that would have been insane.
I don't know. The only other way, no, there's no way. He couldn't have, there's no way. Minutes here. 27 almost on the dot. The Nexus turrets will fall. And what was a good start for HANWHA Life quickly faded away as Chovy does it again. 4 items on the Azir. Pentakill picked up.
Yeah. And they're just picking up the scraps here as well. The Nexus goes down. Gen G are just that good. HANWHA are so strong, but Gen G made it look easy here. After one team fight, are able to pretty much rule everything.
David piped.
Yeah.
They had a relatively safe setup, but it was haphazard, like I said, and Canyon was able to get in there, almost get the steal. And Chovy played it so well. Ruler also having an incredible game on this Lucian.
I wonder who's going to get POM if Gen G win this one, Wolf. I wonder.
Which one do we like more? I'm not sure. The Poppy is more valuable for the way that Fearless works and removing that champion from the pool and objective control. Nollis a little bit more guaranteed lockdown on the Ezreal if you can get into our range to hit him, I suppose. This draft here for Gen G can absolutely work. It's got some late game scaling elements, has a lot of range with this play.
As we hop onto the rift.
소환사의 협곡에 오신 것을 환영합니다.
All right, game number 2.
30초 남았습니다.
And we got a dancing Ornn.
No, keep dancing.
Set up down on the bottom side, and guess who doesn't have Flash? Ruler is so dead, although everything seems to be missing. They have a lot of dodges here. Will it matter? As he's trying to stand up to Zeus, as it feels like almost every skill shot missed Ruler, and it's just not going to matter, as they'll give that kill over. First blood goes to Peanut, as he takes down Duro, and that's a couple of Gen G bot laners dead. Pressure. But it's definitely going to be very nice, as now, good buffer there, but it doesn't matter because Delight still has Flash. and that is going to be a third kill. But they need to do a lot of work. And guess who's back?
Yeah,
back again.
No ult, but he doesn't need
And he's got his friend Zeka's here too. Duro is going to get the hook down. Delay probably going down to the turret here, but it's still going to be 2 kills. And farm denied. Peanut eventually will just kill him. Okay, they give the kill over to Zeka. Chovy is here. I don't think that does much. The knockup is not going to hit. And now actually with Canyon here, they do have enough as an ult comes down on a Peanut. And they're just trying to dodge that one.
Well, it's not like the end of the world on this play.
Gonna miss this time. Ruler still in a lot of trouble, and he gets stunned, and he doesn't have flash or cleanse.
Nothing from the, again, the topside player is targeting him.
Chovy, looks like he should be okay.
Has no mana to clear this wave.
So you've got MF and you've got Hui, and if you keep them safe, they can do a ton of damage from afar.
They have the better setup here, but trying to hold this Herald is going to be tricky. Delight's just fishing for that angle.
Yeah, I mean, he wants to engage by any means, but now he's going to lose the Celestial opposition. He goes in, he doesn't find much for Ruler. Not very connected, but he gets behind the wall! And there you go, he is totally protected. HANWHA go way too deep. And what is it about these Herald fights that just don't go well for them? GENG get the lead.
GENG, yeah, they take a gold lead off of this play, and they had the better setup. They were way faster. Control, and you're the first to the objective. You can use your poke as Chovy is caught.
Yeah, he's going to have to flash, so about that flash, it's gone now.
Well, at least he didn't use it in the last fight, or he would be 110% dead. They are going to actually be able to turn this into a mid-turret take as well. Heavy commitment by HANWHA backfires.
They really wanted that hook to hit. Sorry to Duro, but he definitely wants that one back.
One more charge.
Ruler is, gonna get smited in the face of the Sejuani. Doesn't seem to care all that much.
Well, saying right before that broke out was they have a lot of poke, right? They have Ezreal, they have Zeus on this Jace. So if they have control of an objective like this one, for example, right now, could punish. I feel like that would be a tragic end to the series, but Valdez. Keen does have TP.
Yeah.
And Canyon is very far away, though. So, I mean, this Neferi is not going to be able to join, but maybe they could try to look for the punish on the exit. They're just going to give it up.
I guess they're just giving it away. Okay. Otacon on this patch is very strong.
He's hitting Shock Blast onto an Ornn, very low value. He's hitting him onto the carries, different story.
Yeah. I also feel like in the case of GENG, they need to let HANWHA engage. I say that. We're looking for entries here.
Yeah, then the Fury also kind of annoying because her dogs block a lot of that Shock Blast damage, as you can see. Still getting some damage in, trying to bait Canyon to get his W out. They did get it here, but moments ago, Peanut was like standing on top of him trying to bait it out, so maybe they could try to go for the jungle kill into the objective, as this is where the poke is going to shine. Zeus is like looking for Shock Blast angles, misses this one.
Oh, TP here for Chovy is like right in the thick of things. I think he should be okay with Keen standing right in front of him. And Duro nearby. HLE Esports, they want to get in. Ult will be used, but that's onto an Ornn. A ton of damage going into only Ornn. And Delight has to go back. This is the Dragon also over to the side of GENG. They're looking for the turnarounds here, but Viper is just going to hop away. Zeus, though, not in a very good spot. And it doesn't look like he'll be getting away from this one. So GENG, they get the Drake. And they'll almost definitely be getting Zeus as well.
100% here. He's going to go down. Who gets the kill? It's Chovy. Gotten a few of those today.
Was there a question?
We weren't quite at 2,500. We may have jumped the gun on that one, but he's
still a close game. Again, it's hard to say who's going to take it from here, as Canyon is very much in no man's land, and he's going to be punished for this. Tries to flash away. We got a wall coming in.
It's exactly what they tried to do to him before, but they're spending so many resources. They're so far forward.
Yeah, they are so far forward. Zeka in a rough spot. Ruler does have to flash, though, but does get the kill. And now Toby lines them all up. He's got the angle. He zones everybody away, and they take down Peanut as well. And we got snipes coming in here on top of it all.
That he buys enough time for the rest of the team to show up. Keen has a great ult. Chovy turns the fight. Shock Blast here trying to turn the tide.
Keen's level 16 right now. Like, nobody's doing damage to him. Now that Shock Blast is going to kill Duro, though. And Keen is taking a lot of damage here from the Baron. As, yes, they'll absolutely have to pull off of this one. We do have a knockup, though, on a Zeus. Delight goes in, and Ruler, oh, he's going to miss the Q, but it doesn't matter. Zeus was dead first anyway. And the turn, HLE Esports, they fall for the bait again.
Good luck.
Yeah, it's just not happening. Now Ruler might be forced to flash here, but he's just going to run really fast instead, utilizing the walk strategy, but they're throwing everything into him and maybe should have just flashed, as now we have the follow-up here from GENG, but Chovy only just got here. It's still going to be a kill onto the support at least, but Keen in a bit of a rough spot. He's taking the damage. HANWHA, they'll take out the Ornn.
Okay, that's the miracle angle. I mean, Ruler 100% should have flashed that, but he was playing a little greedy, and now maybe they can get something done here. Canyon's already used his W. Chovy has to do what he can to try to be a rapid-fire cannon to stop these players from taking down the Baron, try to add as much poke as he can. Canyon has flash and smite here, so gonna need to look for a turn. Zeka shows back up with TP.
Chovy is going to push them out as well, and HANWHA just pull off of it for now, but a ton of damage coming out for a Viper. Wants to take out Chovy, but he zones him, and that's all they needed to do. It's a smite here. The Baron goes to HANWHA.
Control back, that was what they had to fight and wrestle so much to get back. They have it, and they have Baron.
Not sure about that ult, and Zeka even going to flash. Yeah, maybe he was zoning Chovy out. I couldn't quite see above on the minimap, but either way, it doesn't look like it did much of anything, as Chovy was following up with damage anyway.
Keen ult and trade, though, feels bad for GENG, but they're trying to press forward here.
Shot barrage not going to hit Keen. That is a very tanky Ornn. They got to be careful, and this time they're not going to overcommit. I like that from HANWHA.
Yeah, because you're once again just forcing yourself into a choke point. If you do, into this bullet time, so a lot of restraint shown. Great dodge there by Chovy. Now challenging it here against the Baron. Canyon, though.
Yeah, Canyon just going to run into them, and now he's going to go untargetable. Tries to flash, he gets to disengage, but it doesn't matter as he gets punished. And now Keen in a rough spot. The engage comes in from Delight. Ruler, though, and Chovy are very safe in the back line, but the damage is being done to the front line. As a huge bull time, though, as he take out Zeka. And now you've got Chovy in a good spot. These two carries, incredibly healthy.
Keen did so much work there, gets the extra knockup. Now Peanut's so low. And Chovy is looking to blast them from range. He's an artillery mage, and there's another one.
They have blue buff. Viper, you got to be so careful doing that. You got to be so careful. There's a TP behind them, though. I don't know if the rest of the team can follow up.
They have to just force. They have to just force, I think.
Okay, Fear comes in. They got to turn on the Zeus, and there it is. The shot flash gets it. The flash in, and Chovy, trying to get him, flashes out. And it ult sails wide. And Viper on the Ezreal, I think, should be able to clean this one up. There it is. The E-in and the auto is enough.
Yeah, just enough mana to use the speed up, but he still gets taken out by Viper. There, Ezreal coming over here, just look for some farm.
They spotted him. They know. Okay, we're going to go north. Let's see if this works.
He just has to buy as much time as possible. The team is looking for a turn.
I mean, they're going all in on a Canyon, but now, look at this. The other jungler here, Peanut, is in a bit of trouble. He's very tanky in the MF. Just barely able to chew through that one. And so we trade junglers.
I mean, I feel like in this moment, Canyon has just identified the whole game plan of HANWHA is to kill the Nefiri. And
Zeka, where are you going? Where are you going?
He's got his passive. He's fine.
That was so close. He gets hooked. He's dead. And then the Baron spawns in 20 seconds.
Okay, in the brush, trying to go over and do Raptors, try to get some additional gold. You know, that might be a winning play, but he also was able to buy so much time. If he gets over the wall there, too, it's not even an even trade. Now, Baron control completely to HANWHA life here, even without a jungler.
Yep, with the wall, even with the Ornn to break it down. A snipe from Chovy. A little bit of damage comes in, but it's not enough. And HANWHA life, they just burst it down.
A great read here from HANWHA. The biggest Barons, you know, back-to-back for them in this game to get that hull damage done. Has a bit of a wraparound for Canyon now.
Chovy is he's playing with fire there. Generally, you want to just sit behind these tanks. A lot of damage done by Zeka already to Keen. Shot blast.
He's playing that off angle to see if he can clear the wave, and he is successful.
All right, little ult in. That's going to hit a buffering Nautilus, and now we got the follow-up engage here. In onto Delight. He's in so much trouble, but look at that backline. Just get first to shred, but Delight is going to go down, and now you got an ult that hits nobody from the side of Ruler, as they're just trying to run away. Keen trying to peel for the team, but the shot blast hits Canyon, and Keen can't do enough.
Zeus doing so much there. They end up getting the kill onto Canyon. Baron's still up for 15 more seconds here. Zeus eats half of his health bar in damage, though. I'm just going to look for the Dragon. The Dragon should be a freebie here for HANWHA Life Esports. True Shot Barrage going to delay some backs here, and Chovy's just going to go over and clean the top wave. But this ultimate missing for Ruler is a big deal, as they have Chovy in danger.
Who's in danger here? Zeka. Oh, the hook's going to miss. And we got rocks. We got all of GENG here, though, basically, as we're looking to try to do something to Zeka. That's a lot of damage already done to him. One shot by Ruler. That's going to be the end of the second. A really weird top lane skirmish.
Explanatory from there. As he goes up here trying to chase down a low mana Chovy, and then Duro comes over the wall, misses the hook, but that's not the end of the story because Ruler and Keen are also here. And then the follow-up here, he has the arm guard, but still is hit by the second part of the Call of the Forge God. Maybe it's not an Elder Flip game, maybe it's all about that Baron. As Delight with a wraparound has Flash and Magnet Storm.
Oh,
this could be the moment. Ruler!
Does he know? Does he know? He's caught! He's gonna cleanse and flash out of there. And now HLE don't want any more. They say, okay, we got his cleanse, we got his flash.
That's huge. Really important that he is able to react and live there, but without those cooldowns, I think Baron is a lot more of an opportunity here for HANWHA Esports now. As Canyon also caught.
He is Nefiri, but still, big chunk dunk to him. And now immediately they're just going to start up this Baron. And their turn should be very good. Delight here, though, no ults, trying to frontline. And Canyon's nearby, so they got to be careful about this. And yeah, they're actually going to back away.
Chovy just has so much damage. He still has that blue buff. Ends up getting hit by the true shot, but still, he's so far away that punishing him is going to be impossible. Yes.
Really just going to start the Baron. He is MF. I think they don't have to commit to this, but they kind of are. Now TP is coming in. Is it late?
Has to be Delight's engage angle, I think, if they're going to stop this.
Yeah, we have a wall coming down. There's the Delight engage. They get on top of Ruler, but he's still alive. He's still alive. It goes over to Canyon, but Ruler is dead. And now it's all up to Chovy to do the damage, but they find him on the top side of the fight, and Chovy is down. HLE Esports should be able to win it from here. As Key is taken out as well. Canyon is on the run, and they just group up mid, and I don't think Canyon's got enough wave clear for this one, guys.
No, I don't think so. 10,000 damage to Viper. Delight. And finally, HANWHA will secure the win here in Game 2 to bring us to a 3-gamer. And I'm all here for it, Valdez.
Absolutely. This is what we signed up for today, guys. Game 3 between Gen.G and HLE Esports is on the way as HANWHA take a grueling game number 2. That was like 48 minutes.
Never able to break open the base, never able to jokes in the early game about maybe it's one of those low damage MF games, maybe they'll never be able to fight their way back. There were a few mistakes from HANWHA Life. Gen.G got back in, but weren't able to win it in the end as Viper tops damage at still at 1k DPM at a 47. It's a great shout out, but I think it was
Gnar
fated to be the Gnar.
Is the safest.
Yeah. Okay. We got to the draft here for HANWHA Esports in a bit of a roundabout way. Like I was like, oh, okay, you blind the Gnar, then you counterpick for the Aurora with the Galio if he picks it. They pick the Galio blind, Chovy picks the Aurora into it, and then they actually have the Gnar as the 5th pick there into the Renekton. So a bit of a weirder order, but I guess we just ended up in the same place where we expected.
Right now.
소환사의 협곡에 오신 것을 환영합니다.
All right, here we go, game number 3. Game 2 was quite the epic bout. Will game 3 live up to that? Is basically what we're all hoping for. I mean, this is a blade as the knockout does come in. They're trying to punish Ruler, also taking a turret job. I guess who's here? It's Canyon, and that is so easy for them. As with Canyon there, they're just able to lock it down. Delight with heal and flash available. Never saw it coming.
Where do you go with it when you're this far behind on the map?
Yeah, I mean, now we got a big engage on a Ruler. He gets the cleanse, and the feathers come out, and he doesn't have the recall, and now the recall Viper will go down to the turret.
I actually thought Ruler was going to live there for a second. The side steps were immaculate, but it's still a trade, and it shouldn't have been.
Oh boy, Canyon's here. And, we do have the Pantheon coming up, but no ult available. A lot of damage coming down onto Mininar, and Zeus goes down. Little trade looking for here, as Peanut does take him out. Canyon still on the run, as Delight is coming up here as well. But one Vault Breaker, he's out.
Yeah, with the Vault Breaker, he's fine.
Oppressive, I would say. But yeah, every lane wins here for Gen.G. Chovy might just get this bottom lane turret.
I mean, with 3 grubs, I think he can just hold the turret. Like, he doesn't even have to care about this taunt. Just sidestep it. He could just go up and smack it one more time. Let the turret deny some minions potentially. Is okay. Maybe he doesn't get it. No, he gets it. Backdoor protection.
Duro, awkward spot here, and now he got the charm coming down. No knock-up follow-up, though. And the damage just isn't there yet. I mean, it's Essence Reaver, Zaya. at the moment. It's a very, very different situation in game 2 where Gen G were behind, but they were like just farming it up. They had an Ornn, you know, they had a MF and Play, which aren't like the best scalers in the world by any means, but they were just waiting for the Ornn to get online for them to get into late game. How Life are sitting here and they're like, well, maybe we get in the late game with our Xayah, and we have great team fight setup, but like, we can't do anything else.
Outside of the first Shrek movie, I'm not that well versed, to be honest. Like, I saw the second one, but I don't remember it very well. Space there. But Leandre's did him in anyways.
Well, you got Peanut on the way, as well as Delight, but I think they're going to be late to the party. Zeus, though, nice knock on the wall and flash away. Oh no, the extension! It gets him on the backside of Peanut. And now they can't do enough damage to Toby. They just press their buttons forward. And Delight, he can't do anything. He's just going to get away out of this one. 2 kills, though, to Gen G.
And then the rest of this is what HANWHA Life, what little they can find, is maybe they'll find Keen, but nope.
Uh-oh.
Canyon's here.
Yeah, Peanut's dead. And they'll just give him away. Not even full gold, I think, for that kill. And yeah, it's a little taxi over to the Otacon. It's very, yeah, I feel like, you know, Zeka. Okay, we're going to ult in here.
It's like, nah.
I did see some chains of corruption sailing wide, though, okay? So that didn't connect.
He flashed, Duro Handshook. Still have the Renata ultimate, so this choke point control is still Gen G's, even though they don't have the flash for Ruler. This is an opportunity. I mean, this is the best chance I think HANWHA are ever going to get.
Meganar timing is good now, but if they don't fight right now...
Ruler's positioning is like, I'm on another planet, by the way, you can't get near me. I'm not going to allow it.
Yeah. And, oh, they got the Scuttle Crab, did Gen G. So now, how will I be like, wait, no, we didn't mean it. We're going to turn here onto the Vi. Canyon just flashes out.
Duro just is standing so well here.
Trying to turn on the Renekton. Not sure about that. Do they have the damage, though? They do, actually. But they lose the Ocean Soul over to the side of Gen G. Duro just going to throw out an ult, but he's probably dead here as well. So How Life, they're getting some gold, but they did just lose an Ocean Soul. Are they even going to get him? I mean, this has taken quite a while now. So. And yeah, they do. It's a shutdown, actually, for Peanut. And now the chase on a Ruler, as the timing here is interesting. Ruler is just going to get that kill, and now he's still kiting it out, but he does get taken down by Viper. We got a Galio ult that's canceled, as for some reason, Gen G are still fighting this, as they say, no, we're stronger. We got this one. We got the giant briefcase of money, but Viper, with Peanut, is able to take down Canyon. Viper getting pretty low, though. And, which one? I don't know.
Well, I'm still feeling Gen G for now, but it was a big win for HANWHA as Gen G. Gen G.
Okay, Keen. He's getting chased down here. He has to flash. Turned into a very weird fight very quickly.
You're not winning that one. As there is still a gold lead everywhere except the bottom lane, really. I mean, it's a small one for Ruler still.
We're doing the Marin.
And Viper does carry these sometimes, but I just don't know. The deficit is still huge.
Yeah.
And Canyon,
All
he's
right.
got ult. I mean, who's going to go in?
Let's see it. Peanut, he's going to ult in. Just try to get there on time.
And they just walk away. They're like, cool story. We weren't even close to smite range on that one. Now your ult's gone.
Like... And now they just turn onto it because they have Ocean Soul.
Well, they also just saw
so they can just do whatever they want.
They saw Delight backing, and like you said, they have Ocean Soul, they're full health, and they do not care. This time, no Peanut ultimate, but he's still in the pit.
They can tank it forever. Keen trying to get over here, not going to drop a solid, and they're going to pull off of the Baron once again. So... getting a little bit iffy now. Canyon gonna get taunted. Has to go in. It's a lot of damage here to the front line. Peanut does get taken down. Canyon still alive, and Zeus just being shredded by Ruler, who is definitely screaming for a penta, even though he's only got a double. And they should just win the game. As Viper trying to get away from here, we do have a charm coming in, and they might be able to keep them alive. Canyon, he wants more, as he's gonna get taunted. I think Gen Z are having a bit of fun at this point. But they will enjoy it as well, as if they can take out a lot of these members, they will be in a good spot.
Keen's fine.
You know, it was all part of their plan. They got everyone. Yeah. Great job, Gen G. Well done.
Toby's getting it done. The Baron before they can have a conversation with us about Elder. And right now they're struggling with the Baron defense.
Yeah, I do hope they ask our opinion. The engage comes in from Peanut. It's not really an engage. Now we have the real engage, the follow-up from the Rakan and the Galio, but it's just not there. And meanwhile, their backline is being ravaged as everybody's getting taken down. The giant wallets here of Gen G are enough. and they will take this one down in a 2-1 fashion.
Yep, they do not go to the Elder Flip. They do not defend the Baron, and Ruler kites back 9 kills on the Varus and GENG. It was interesting in game 1. HANWHA had a lead. They tossed it. In game 2, it was very back and forth, but in game 3, GENG was the team to take the lead first, and they never let it go with a phenomenal draft here with the Renekton mid lane from Chovy. First time in 2 years. A pick he's shown us before. They play the Renekton into the Galio, they play the Aurora into the Gnar, and the Varus naturally wins that bottom lane, and 3 winning lanes is a recipe for our best LCK team to pick up their 15th series win of the season.
Yeah, kind of insane. At this point, you mentioned it at the top of the day, which feels like about 8 hours ago. It was only about
point, and probably the biggest discussion amongst the coaching staff. They played well in game 2. They were able to wrestle that one back, and in game 3, it was a bit of a draft problem and lane priority problem, you know? Like, it's hard to play better and do more with what you had based on draft. Chovy will pick up UM.
No way!
You and I both knew after game 1 that if they won the series,
yeah,
it wasn't going to be.
We knew immediately.